Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Hey kids, the future ain't what you remember it is. Or something like that.
Or it is, and it's so much more. I don't know.
It's better. All right, kids, that's right. Welcome back to another episode of Unlimited Justice. Again, we're in the middle of Sub-tember, so shh, don't tell Lilith. That's right. So we're covering more Legion of Superheroes. I am Phil. Joining me, Legion fanboy himself, Mr. Will Allred.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
That's right. So today we'll be covering the post-Zero Hour Legion from Legion 0 and 62 and Legionnaires 0 and 19.
That's right. Absolutely.
Which, like I think I said last time, this is a little different than the other DC books, because the 0 issues for everyone else, they pretty much just retold the origins and tweaked little details or whatever. This, I mean, they pretty much wiped that whole future and they're starting over from scratch.
That's right. But we get the same founders, except he's called Livewire instead of Lightning Lad, Cosmic Boy and Saturn Girl. And we get XS, which I was not in the original Legion, which is pretty cool addition. We're also going to get some down the road new Legionnaires like Gates, who's a really cool Legionnaire. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, I was gonna say, were these some of the ones that came back to the 20th century? Yeah, like Final Night and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, this continuity came back during Final Night.
Yeah.
Because that's when XS was back in the past. Let's see, Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl. I can't remember who else. There was and then in the original continuity, Pharaoh Lad dies fighting a Sun Eater.
No, yeah.
And he almost dies fighting a Sun Eater, except he's not. So then he ends up going back to the future with them. So, which was really cool because he was, I think, from this time period or something, and they made him a Legionnaire. I can't remember. It's been a long time since we read Final Night.
Yeah, I think that's what at that point, I think that's what they were doing. But I was telling you before, but yes, the Chichester chats went up today with Fabian Nitsa. I was re-listening to it today, but yeah, literally, I think it's New 50. Was it New 52 Legion Lost or something? Because he was talking about 2012.
Yeah,
he was saying he was done by issue 2 or 3, and even his editor, he said, who was a really nice guy. He said, he's like, can you stay till at least issue 6 or so we get the trade, the trade, a trade paperback and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. From what Fabian was saying, it seemed like but New 52, he's like, I guess even these editor were saying, a lot of people were either getting fired or quitting because
nobody knew what the heck was going on.
and he's like, yeah, shouldn't that tell you something?
Well, it's weird because, and maybe I'm wrong, but the most successful books of New 52 had absolutely nothing to do with New 52.
Well, the ones that were barely changed, yeah.
So Batman by Snyder and Capullo, and the Green Lantern books, Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps.
Because the rest of them were because for the most part, you knew where those two are, what they were about, where they were going, everything else.
Because they pretty much ignored the New 52.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Away from the New 52.
Yeah, which was really weird because I read the hardcover of Godhead. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hal's been in the Justice League with Big Barda and Scott Free and Orion. Wait, what's going on here? This doesn't make any sense.
I know. Yes, it was very weird. Again, it's like they put Cyborg as a founding member of the Justice League, and it's like, okay, well, and then he really pretty much wiped out all his like friendships with like Beast Boy and like all those other Titans and stuff. And it's just
Yeah, there's a Titan that I forget his name. I think you know who he is. Nightwing. You ever heard of him? I don't know.
yeah, kind of.
Dang.
But yeah, because it's like they wanted someone of color in the league. That's fine, but you already have so many other members you could stick in. Here's an idea: New 52. Wonder Woman was the only female in the Justice League. How about Vixen?
Yeah, or start out with 10. Why do you have to start out with 7? Right?
Exactly.
Ah, well.
All right.
So let me get this straight, just so I can try to wrap my mind around it. And please correct me when I do make a mistake here. DC Universe is tootling along till about 1985. Then we get Crisis on Infinite Earths, and everything changes.
Yeah.
Okay. They immediately start doing things that break their single timeline Crisis stuff. And then we get Zero Hour in 1994. Is that right? 94. Okay. And then we go quite a while without having a Crisis. Then we get, does it go Infinite Crisis, then Final Crisis?
Yes.
Okay. Punching and stuff, whatever. Okay. We get
yes, Infinite Crisis, not so Final Crisis.
And then we get we get Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, way later. Yeah.
And then we get Dark Knight's Death Metal. But that happens after the New 52. So okay, so after Final Crisis, then we get New 52.
After Final Crisis, yeah, New 52.
Then we get Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this weird Convergence, Infinite. What was the multiverse? We get Multiversity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm lost. Okay.
Well, remember, like around the turn of the century when they introduced hyper time to explain stuff. When they still didn't have like a multiverse. That's another thing I forgot. Another issue of Flashpoint Beyond came out today. Yes, they're trying to say the multiverse and hyper time are still around. So, universes change, timelines change, but they're like, oh, hyper time doesn't change. It's like,
okay, I don't understand. Anyway, so pre-crisis has been wiped out. The Legion had to merge with their temporal counterparts, which was the SW6 batch.
Oh yeah, like
Young Legionnaires, and Time Trapper was Cosmic Boy / Rock Kryn in a different timeline, and they joined, and the timeline was wiped out, and we get the rebooted Legion, which is what we're now reading. Correct?
Yes. Yep.
Wow, right. That was a horribly done and horribly long introduction to what we're actually doing tonight. You're welcome.
All right, you ready to jump into these?
Let's jump in. I love these. I remember reading these as they came out, and this was great because it was a fresh start on the Legion. You didn't have to know the 40 years of backstory, and it was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like there's a lot less baggage here, which was probably the point.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it starts at Legion of Superheroes, Volume 4, Number 0, from October 1994. And yeah, once again, once you get past issue 0, they don't renumber, which again, modern comics would never.
They would renumber every year, right?
Oh, anytime there's like a new creative team, yeah,
a new number 1. Yeah, let's do that.
Although I don't know, man, DC may be I don't know, Batman 127 came out today, so.
What? They got that high again?
Oh yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
Oh yeah, Chip Zdarsky's even pulling out some of the Grant Morrison Batman of Zur-En-Arrh showing up again.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, but no, let's Legion of Superheroes #0, October 1994. Time and Chance. Writers Mark Waid and Tom McCraw. Penciler Stuart Amonin. Inker Ron Boyd. Colorist Tom McGraw. Letterer Bob Pinaha. And editors Casey Carlson and Mike McAvney. On Winath, Garth Rands wakes up in a sweat from a dream, flashing back to the day his brother crash landed on Corval with him and his sister and met the lightning beasts. Worried that his parents will discover he has run away from home, he packs his bags, preparing to leave his hotel room. On Brawl, Magnaball champion Rock Kren prepares to leave on a shuttle to Earth after another successful match. Imra Ardeen, a Titanian mind reader working for the science police, helps solve a case of embezzlement involving the theft of priceless crystals stolen by the very person who reported the crime. Taking off on a shuttle for Earth, Rock and Garth find themselves sitting next to each other. They are delighted to find themselves sharing a shuttle with the richest man in the cosmos, billionaire inventor and industrialist and philanthropist R.J. Brand. Garth, who also has an embarrassing moment when Imra becomes aware of his thoughts wandering towards her. While everyone is getting off the shuttle on Earth, the three teenagers are thrust into action when a group of assassins shows up attempting to kill Brand. Working as a team with Rock's magnetism, Garth's lightning abilities, and Imra's telepathy, they're able to subdue them and save Brand's life. Later in the office of the President of Earth, Gene Chu, Brand proposes an idea he has to really rally together the newly established United Planets. The next day, his secretary, Luornu, approaches all three of them to meet with Brand. Inspired by their heroic actions, Brand informs them of his idea for a legion of superheroes composed of those with special abilities from multiple different worlds, overcoming their differences and working together. Rock, Garth, and Imra all agree to be part of his new program. Elsewhere, the man behind the assassination attempt, Brand's business partner, Roderick Doyle, continues his plotting. Worried about displeasing his masters who wish the new United Planets idea to fail, Doyle prepares for his last given attempt to murder R.J. Brand.
And the Mark Waid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, yes, I believe I've heard of this Mark Waid. This Mark Waid fellow you speak of. If I can just find his button there.
Hi, this is Mark Waid, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
The DC fan, right? He knows more about DC continuity than most other people put together, right? So
he forgot more than you guys ever knew.
Having him, be on for the reboot of the Legion is awesome.
Oh,
Plus,
yeah.
You've got Stuart Eminem on the art.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this is a really good book. Really, really good book.
I mean, how great is that? I mean, imagine you're in Mark Waid's place, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're rebooting Legion back to day one," and you get to write it. Can you imagine?
Turns out pretty well.
Oh yeah. But just to get that chance, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And this kind of tracks with the general gist of the original Legion, from the pre-crisis Legion. So there's going to be lots of echoes, I think, as you're reading this, of things that happen. Saturn Girl and Livewire end up getting married, when they become adults. But this thing takes it so much slower, so that they're still teenagers at this point.
And again, it's like you don't want to change everything up completely, but it's you're going to keep the spirit of everything. But it's like, again, like I was saying, it seems like you get rid of a lot of that baggage, older doubles and or younger doubles, yeah,
exactly. And it's so you're coming to it fresh.
Yeah,
I mean, I assume you've only read the Great Darkness saga and then End of an Era, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, I read a little bit of Bendis, but yeah, this is pretty much what I read. Yeah.
So what did you think so far?
I like it. Like I said, it seems like a very fresh, very very like fresh, pure take. There's not, again, there isn't a lot of baggage. Like if I would to like start reading from like one point, just like on continuously every issue, this might be a good. I mean, this would be a good, very good starting point, I think.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's not your typical '90s comic because it's not grim and gritty and dark, and it's hopeful and very it's hey kids they're teenagers. We can look to teenagers for inspiration, and it's a really like I said, I have I think every issue of this reboot Legion up to when they were canceled, which was what I think Legion of Three Worlds was their last appearance, which would have been during Final Crisis.
I
think. Could be wrong, but it's been a while.
we'll get there at the end of the month.
We will get there
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right, should we get to the Legionnaires issue?
You bet.
All right, Legionnaires number 0, October 1994. We go. Close Encounters. Same writers. Penciler Jeffrey Moy. Inker Ron Boyd. Colorist Tom McGraw. Letterer Pat Brousseau. And same editor. So I think just what looks like a little bit of change up on the art team, but
yeah, and Boyd's I think a good artist. I don't think he's Stuart Eminem class, but who is right? But he does a good job. I mean the Legion has a consistent look from both books, so I think the art team does a great job on both books.
So, I mean, you could tell me, I mean, was it always like this, or like since the reboot now, or are they just using both books as like, oh yeah, Legion just basically comes out twice a month now?
That's pretty after the reboot. That's what happened. You had, I think, once we get about 4, 5, 6 issues in, they start doing L numbers.
Oh yeah.
L1, L2, L3, so you know what order to read them in.
Oh, nice.
Much like the Superman Triangle numbers, which they abandoned.
Like I said, I think around turn of the century, 2000, yeah.
Man, I remember those. Those were cool.
Oh yeah, because again, each book had like a different creative team, but they kind of tried to keep it where it's like 1 week would flow into another for the most part. But yeah, once 2000 hit, I think they got like all new creative teams on all the books, and I think they kind of kept their stuff more contained within their own titles and stuff. So
yeah, it's weird. Batman had No Man's Land, which ran forever. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
for a year. Well, you know what they did on that? Like for the most part, it ran through all the bad books. But what they would do is like, say you had a 4-part arc that ran through, one issue of each book. They just gave one creative team those 4 issues, and then the next story they gave a creative team those 4 issues. Yeah.
But I don't remember, anything quite as ambitious that the super teams did during that time. Nothing like a year-long. I mean, they had Superman Red and Superman Blue and Electric Superman.
Well, before that, you forget Reign of the Supermen?
Well, they did kill Superman and bring him back and had all of that going on, but
it blew up a city, Will.
Yeah, poor Coast City. But after that, because that was what, 93.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah, he died in 90, like late 92. He came back, 93. Yeah.
So, they broke Batman, of course, but whatever. But almost 8, 9, 10 years later, the Batman team did this hugely ambitious story. No Man's Land is a lot of things. It's got its good and its bad, but
yeah.
I don't feel like they tried something as ambitious for Superman. I don't think they've tried anything since the death of Superman that's been quite as big or as ambitious as, like No Man's Land for Batman.
Yeah, I mean, they had some stories, but nothing like that for like Superman. Yeah, no. But I think the Batman and Superman, I think all their books, they put new creative teams on, I think around, like 2000 and stuff, which it kind of, I think that was another strength of like No Man's Land, because like they rebuilt Gotham right in time for, the year 2000, and they bring in all these new creative teams. So they're like, oh yeah, we're rebuilding the whole city, so you guys can like pretty much lay out the city however you want. Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, with the Legion, we get, a clean slate.
Yes.
And for the most part, I mean, I think a lot of the stories are done in one, and then as time goes by, they start continuing more continuing stuff.
Yeah.
But I think early on they wanted to get people, hey, this is a single story. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And then as they're reading it, then they're really starting to build that new continuity out.
Well, I think too, they weren't trying to dump every character at once on you, because that's another thing I liked is like, that first issue, you just had the 3 founders, and then, when we bring an XS in, and then you bring in a few more here, they're not dumping they're not dumping like 25 on you at once.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was pretty clever way to bring in about, the new 6 or 7 characters that they brought in, like drafted, boom. Okay. We're going to grow pretty quickly then. But they got, Apparition and a Triad from that first issue. So they were up to 5, and then, boom, we had 6 more added, I think, in the next issue. Or at the end of that issue, technically, I guess.
All right. So yeah, Legionnaires 0 Close Encounters. The Legion of Superheroes are unveiled to the United Planets Council for the first time. Although they are initially met with skepticism and ill will, they quickly gain respect when Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, and Livewire are forced to prevent an attempted bombing of UP headquarters. Unbeknownst to them, the same man behind the earlier attempted assassination of R.J. Brand. The Legion also gains 2 new members when they are now assisted by the triplicating Lornu Durgo, Brand's secretary, and the matter-phasing Tinya Wazo, daughter to one of the council members. Although they are unable to determine who sent the attempted killers to blow up the council, they are met with cheers in their first heroic outing. The president of the UP, Jean Shu, initiates a draft and begins pulling in new Legionnaires from different homeworlds in an attempt to increase the Legion's diplomatic capabilities. All over the galaxy, science police officers are sent to deliver messages to various chosen teenage representatives in the Legion, including Gim Alon, James Cullen, Jenny Ognetz, Reap Daggle, Lau Norg, and Quirrell Dox. Dox, you say? All right, so more thoughts, Will?
This was a good issue too. I mean, they all work together, and I mean that's the whole point. That's what this is about. All of these different, diverse characters coming together to, try and make the universe a better place. It's very inspiring.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny too, because they mentioned this here while discussing their new code names. Garth asks R.J. Brand why they aren't using the originally intended name for him of Lightning Lad, which Brand responds that his marketing department thought that Livewire would be fresher and more noticeable.
Seems to be a lot of truth in that, but whatever.
Again, they were trying to update it for the 90s.
90s, got to be the 90s.
Nobody calls himself Lad anymore.
And it was cool that when they first, when they met Brand in his office, you saw a hologram of Superman and Batman and Flash, and it's not, hey, we're based on Superboy anymore. They're not based on Superboy anymore.
It's all of them. Those heroic figures of the late 20th century: Flash, Superman, and
Batman, my favorite character.
That's right. The Batman.
Oh my God. If I want one clip of us to last for 1,000 years, that's the one I want, kids. Dig that out in 1,000 years.
That's right.
I love Batman.
Batman, my favorite character. Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
But then, and then we were talking about Stuart Eminem on the last issue, but Jeffrey Moy, I thought, did a really good job on this issue, especially that cover. I love the cover.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. So should we get to the next one?
You bet.
We're back to Legion of Superheroes, number 62. That yes, kids. Again, remember they did not renumber.
Which is I am shocked.
That's a Mark Waid move.
It's got to be a Mark Waid move. Yeah. We're keeping the numbering. Cool, man.
I mean, could you see like them giving him a choice? He's like, no, we're not renumbering. It all happened. It just got wiped.
That's exactly. It happened, and then things changed, and it still happened. It just happened in a different timeline.
Just because someone screwed with the timeline doesn't mean we just throw it all out. You know.
That's right.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
All right, so yeah, Legion of Superheroes, Volume 4, number 62, November 1994. Forced Friends, Deadly Consequences. Almost the same team, but this time the same penciler, Lee Moder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, we already lost to Moden. What? Although I think Moden was still on the Superman stuff, so
it may have been, yeah. It's been, yeah. I'd have to look to verify that, but you're probably right.
No offense to the Legion, but you're probably going to get higher profile on Superman.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And if the bosses were like your work, they're probably like, yeah, we'd rather have them on Superman.
Yeah, that seems to be better. Yeah, let's do that instead.
The new recruits of the Legion practice on their combat skills on a virtual reality system when they are called to their headquarters to meet even more members from across the United Planets. After a brief conflict due to misunderstanding, the Legionnaires assemble under team leader Colossal Boy to learn that their first mission is to investigate pirating along shipping routes. They arrive at a derelict ship and split into teams to investigate. When Saturn Girl gets enmeshed in a mysterious sticky substance, several Legionnaires run off to figure out who or what did it to her. They encounter Tangleweb, who has put the crew of the ship into cocoons and assaults the Legion. Kid Quantum chases after the retreating Tangleweb, but his stasis belt shorts out and the creature kills him. Tangleweb escapes into hyperspace as Colossal Boy and Cosmic Boy chase him. Colossal Boy takes the loss of Kid Quantum personally and hands over Legion leadership to Cosmic Boy, and then tenders his resignation. Cos refuses to accept it and encourages him to stay. So was Tangleweb a new character, or was that?
I think so. I didn't know him from before, so I think he was.
I was going to say that sounds like a '90s character. Just the name and just the. I don't know. I didn't see him. He didn't smack a Silver Age to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he doesn't seem very historical. Pre-crisis DC. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So what did you think of the whole Colossal Boy as leader for like that first mission?
I thought it was kind of a cool move because it showed this was being forced on them, but then hey, even he realized that this is the real leader here. Also, as a quick note, Kid Quantum dying on that mission led to the rule that hey, no technology-based powers.
Oh, really?
Because technology can fail. Like it failed him, but his sister will later join as the new Kid Quantum with inherent powers later.
Oh, cool. So wait, so no tech-based powers except for flight rings?
Well, those are something that you get in addition to. Yeah, you have powers, so you're there. Yeah,
that makes sense.
I have a Legion flight ring around here somewhere. I don't know where.
Me too. I got it in the case with the all the lantern rings. Of course. I want a real cold one.
Yes.
Any other thoughts on that one, or do you want to get to the last one?
No, I thought it was pretty good, and I wasn't expecting them to kill a character that early. When I first read it, like boom, there you go. This is not. Yes, it's very hopeful, and yes, it's very positive and all those things, but they're fighting for real. So it was a good way to show that, I think.
Yeah, it's a smart move. It's like, oh, you think you know what's happening? You know, Mark Wade's like, no, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Kid Quantum's dead.
Oh, we'll kill a character. We got plenty of characters. We'll kill a character. And like you said, then his sister comes in. So it's like, you know. All right. So you want to get to the last one?
Let's do it.
All right. Legionnaires, number 19 from November 1994. The Quick and the Dead. Ooh, 3 writers this time. Mark Wade, Tom McGraw, and Tom Payer. And then I think same team as last time. So, yes, unlike the other book, yes, Jeffrey Moy is back.
Cool.
The Legion returns from their first mission with the body of Kid Quantum. Several Legionnaires spy on R.J. Brand and President Gene Chu as they argue about the fitness of the young heroes. Livewire and Saturn Girl interrogate Brand's attempted assassins, and XS quickly considers resigning due to her cowardice at the fight with Tangleweb, and Cosmic Boy encourages her to stay. Brand contacts Coral Docs to convince him to come join the Legion, and Chameleon and Invisible Kid ambush Roderick Doyle to arrest him for the botched killing. As Cos gives the eulogy at Kid Quantum's funeral, time slows to a crawl for XS, and she realizes that the casket is a bomb. Her superpowers kick in, and she barely saves everyone from the explosion. As they get to safety, Cosmic Boy saves her from a piece of shrapnel. On Ankh-2, a chemical weapon sold by Leland McCauley kills a marketplace full of innocents, and the only survivor is Mano, who swears revenge and uses his energy projection abilities to destroy his home planet with a touch. So yeah, so we get XS, which, you know, kind of superhero, you know.
Speed Force, granddaughter.
Yeah, royalty. Yeah, Barry's granddaughter, yeah, because is it his son? Wait. No, his daughter's daughter. Yeah.
One of the Tornado twins.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to remember, because I think Bart is his son's son. I think it's the son's son and daughter, I think. Yeah. Because Bart's mother was a Thawne, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dawn. Dawn, who? No, D-O-N. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. It'll work. And she's one of the ones that goes back during Final Crisis, I think, because there was a pretty big team of them that got sent back.
Oh, who? XS?
Of the Legionnaires.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, Final Night. Yeah.
And then I forget how they come back, but they somehow Brainiac is back with them, so he built a time machine probably.
I think somehow she gets back on her own because she's like trying to get back, and then I think that I don't know if they fix the cosmic treadmill or something, because I think I remember her just like in a random Flash issue just getting back to the future or something.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, during Mark Wade's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after this too, I don't think, because it was like around was it? Yeah, it was like after 100, like Flash 100. So
yeah, and let's see, when did we hit Final Night in Green Lantern? That was not that long ago for us, right?
Yeah, no. Was that 94, 95? No, or no, wait, was it 96?
96 or 97, right?
You know what? Let me look this up. Yeah, because it doesn't seem like we did it that long ago, but I mean, we jumped pretty quick.
Yeah.
Final DC Final Night was November 1996.
Okay. And we're just now we're in 99.
November.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We're on Green Lantern, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Green Lantern podcast. Yeah, we're up in 99.
Yeah. But I was going to say, yeah, this Legion, well, these last 2 issues we just did were November 1994. So, yes. For the sake of these Legion issues, we're 2 years from Final Night. So.
Yep.
But yeah,
this is a good. I don't know if these have been collected, because it would be a good omnibus, because you could get Legion and Legionnaires separate omnibuses, and I mean because they 94 to
Well, do you think it would work as separate collections, or should you just collect both titles?
collect,
You know,
maybe
put
yeah,
those
just
back to
collect.
back. Yeah.
Let's see. Following the Infinite Crisis, the multiverse was reborn, now with 52 alternate Earths. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, what crisis was this?
This was the Infinite Crisis.
Mm-hmm. Again, just do infinite Earths. You know what? Because when you do 52, everyone's like, okay, Laurel, name every one. You know.
Yeah. You don't have to name all of them.
So I think for a while or that might have even been in New 52, but they were just like, oh yeah, this is the one where like Vampire Batman came from and stuff. And it's like, if you like set a number like 52, then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, well you didn't name this Elseworld story, so what? That one don't count anymore. Oh, you know what? That's what we should cover one day. There's a did you ever read is it in Blackest Night? It's the one where Bruce Wayne gets the Green Lantern ring.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that is the name of it. It's been a long time since I've
Yeah.
Okay, so the Paul of it. Okay, the reboot basically lasted 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, so 94 to 2004.
Yep, exactly. Then let's see. It says the miniseries Legion Lost ran from 2000 to 2001. Then Legion World showed what was happening back in the United Planets during their absence. The new series, The Legion, was launched with the Legion was reunited and given a new base and purpose. Written for its first 33 issues by Abnett and Lanning, the series was canceled with issue number 38. The most notable addition to the team during the title's publication was the post-crisis Superboy, who had previously been granted honorary membership. And then, boom, we get the reboot continuity, which was from 2004 to 2009.
I think 2009. That was like the Lightning Saga, right?
Yeah, then that's the post-Infinite Crisis.
Yeah.
Return of the original version of Starboy, now called Starman. Then there's the new 52 version. Okay, yeah. It's complicated. It's just complicated.
Oh yeah, even that whole Lightning Saga thing, because it was like, I don't know, Wally and his family went off to another dimension. Bart becomes the Flash, but then I think he got like, I don't know if he got like 12 issues, 15 issues, something. Yeah. Then he gets killed by the Rogues, basically. But Wally comes back because the whole thing was set up by like Bart's evil clone. So yeah, Wally comes back for revenge, but then somehow I haven't read it yet. But the whole Lightning. Did Bart come back in Lightning? Oh no, wait.
Lightning Saga was in the JLA, right?
Yeah, I think Wally got brought back to Earth and that, but I mean Bart gets brought back in
at some point,
at some point, right? Yeah,
because he was the Flash for like 12 to 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he had like at least a year of his own title. Yeah,
and then but the Lightning Saga brought back the kind of the pre-Crisis Legion, right?
Ooh, maybe, like I said, I wasn't reading Legion, but I knew some of them appeared in Justice League. Yeah, kind of brought Wally back to this dimension.
Let's see.
I think the Legion was even like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring Bart back, and it ends up being Wally.
Let's see. The Lightning Saga crossover in Justice League of America Volume 2, 8 through 10, and Justice Society of America Volume 3, 5, and 6 feature the return of the original versions of Starboy, now called Starman, Dream Girl, Wildfire, Karate Kid, Timberwolf, Sensor Girl, Dawnstar, and Brainiac 5. Though several differences between the original and Lightning Saga Legion exist, Jeff Johns stated that this incarnation of the Legion shares the same history as the original Legion up to the events of Crisis on Infinite Earth. So it's the pre-Crisis Legion.
Oh, jeez.
With Clark Kent having joined the team as a teenage Superboy. So...
because I think, was it Infinite Crisis? They might have restored that. Oh, yeah, he was Superboy, so...
And then it says, this version of the Legion next appeared in 2008, Final Crisis, Legion of Three Worlds. In 2 weeks, we'll get there, right? Written by Johns and drawn by George, the very missed George Perez. The miniseries featured the post-Infinite Crisis Legion and Superman teaming up with the reboot and 3-boot incarnations of the Legion to fight Superboy Prime because he punched something, I'm sure. the Legion of Superheroes. It was revealed in the miniseries that the reboot Legion came from Earth 247, a metafictional homage to the Legion's first appearance in Adventure Comics, which was destroyed in Infinite Crisis, and the reboot Legion came from the reconstructed Earth Prime. John said that the intent of the miniseries was to validate the existence of all three versions of the team while simultaneously restoring the pre-crisis Legion's continuity. The incorporation of the three teams into mainstream DC continuity was shown in Action Comics 864. In the story, Batman recounts the Justice League of American Justice Society battle alongside the original Legion to defeat Mordru. The reboot team's assistance in destroying the Sun Eater in the 20th century in his own recent encounter with the reboot team. So that makes my head hurt.
There will be a quiz, kids.
Okay, so all of the continuities, the pre-crisis, the reboot, which is what we're reading right now, and the reboot, which is also by Mark Waid, which is coming, which I don't think we're going to talk about it, though, are we?
What?
The reboot Legion?
Well, the only two after this week, we only got two more left. We got Legion Lost next week, and then Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool. Where were we? I'm sorry. We went off on a tangent.
We did that last issue. I mean, we were talking about XS and
Yeah.
No, I like the I like the character of XS before, like when she would show up in Flash and stuff. But I liked her here, and we didn't like drag out the whole. Oh no, am I going to quit? Am I a coward?
It's done in 2 issues max.
Yeah,
and that's something that's really interesting about. I think we mentioned it earlier, is that a lot of these issues are kind of done in one, so you get a really good feel for the universe. They're bringing in lots of new characters, and then gradually it starts getting longer storylines and everything.
Yeah.
But you figure 10 years of these 2 titles, that's probably 240 total issues. This would make a great collect. You could collect 3 omnibuses, and boom, you've got all of them done. 40 issues each.
Wait, what? From what point do they have 240 issues?
You figure if I'm guesstimating. You figure they ran for 10 years, from 94 to 2004.
Oh, okay. From 94 to 2004, that's like
10 times 1. 10 times 12 is 120 times 2 is 240. So
okay.
Yeah, you could do 6 omnibuses if you did 40 issues per omnibus. If you did 60, which would be really thick omnibuses, you could do 4 and collect all this.
So both these books ran for 10. I mean, they didn't cancel Legionnaires or anything.
I think they did, because then you got the Legion Lost series and then Legion Worlds, and yeah. So I would have to look and see exactly how many issues it is, but I would still think it would be because it's really pretty self-contained. They do hang out for Final Crisis, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their books are pretty well self-contained because it's the future, right? And
yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up and see if they've been collected. I must know now.
Oh my god, I'm just waiting for the angry threat letter from your wife. Every time he talks to you, it's like a new obsession.
Let's see, Legionnaires. Okay, so Legionnaires only ran 83 issues, so
that's not bad.
That includes the 0, so I guess it went up to 82, 81. It has a 1 million issue as well. So, but the reboot Legion would have been 0, 19 through 81. So how many issues is that? That'd be 82 minus 18. Yeah. 18. No, 83 minus 18.
Making my head hurt. So wait, 83 minus what? 18?
18, yeah.
65.
So 65 issues for Legionnaires, and then Legion of Superheroes, which I could type tonight. I would be halfway dangerous. All right.
So wait, I'm sorry. Did the Legionnaires did go to 2004?
I think its final issue was in March of 2000. So it didn't make it all that way.
Okay, so by that point, then Legion of Superheroes just went on by itself.
Yeah, or Legion Lost took over for both of them
Oh,
maybe at that point.
Okay.
Give me a second here and we'll find out. So Legion of Superheroes from what was it, 1989?
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, when I was going on the app looking for the issues, yeah, I think these might have started in '89, maybe.
There we go, 1989 to two. It looks like it ended in 2000 as well. So 125 was it, and it was, I think, the same month. Yeah, it's part of that Widening Rifts storyline. So March of 2000. So it looks like so 0, and then 62 is the first issue, right?
Wait, which one?
62 was the
Yeah,
first issue.
62. Yeah.
So, all right, so we subtract 61 from the total of 127, and we get 66. So 66 issues. So 66 issues for this, 63 issues for Legionnaires. And then we get Legion Lost, Legion Worlds, and then the next, I think that's it for them. And then the next time they show up, it's, Final Crisis, Legion of Three Worlds. So, only 129, 150, 160 issues total if you count the other, limited series after they were finished here. That's not a huge group to, try and collect, if you were wanting to collect them. Let's see. It's been, looks like it was collected in The Beginning of Tomorrow, which was a trade. Legion of Superheroes, 1050 Years of the Future, another trade, and then Legionnaires in 2017. So I don't know that they did any past the initial reboot storyline. Maybe 4 or 5 issues of each, which is strange. Because they were collecting everything. They've been collecting everything. So
Yeah. That always I always find that weird is like when a brand can hold like 2 or more books a month, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, all of a sudden they have like no books. I'm like, wait,
yeah.
Tell me interest waned that much?
Green Lantern. Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of DC. Yeah, there's a lot of DC properties you could say that. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look in his heyday, Superman was juggling 4 monthly books. Now
Plus
it's
a quarterly book.
Right now, his son has 1 book, and then I think Clark Kent's only in Action Comics right now. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, do we have new solicitations for the next? What is it? November solicitations or December?
I think November were the last ones that went up. Yeah.
Okay. So December is probably coming soon, maybe in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say if not before, probably by the end of I'd say probably by the end of the month.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
At that point, we'll know if. Well, there probably still won't be a Green Lantern.
I was gonna say we might have to wait till January because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yes, Dark Crisis. I can't remember what crisis I was talking. Dark Crisis, I believe, goes through December. So
Gotcha. Good times. Good
I
times.
mean, what is that? Is that November? I think we're getting that John Stewart Emerald Knight book one shot.
Yeah, that just came. Yeah, we found out about that a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
didn't we? So there's probably a couple more weeks till the new solicitations for December then.
So I wonder if maybe at the end of that they'd be like, "Oh, stay tuned for Green Lantern #1 in 2 months."
Yeah, please. Sorry, this is bleeding over into Sector 2814.
Well, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they start January with a bunch of new #1s like JSA, Green Lantern, people that haven't had their own books for a while.
Cool.
Let's get a Green Lantern.
Well, and I think right now, let's see, from a historical Legion perspective, the current Legion, There was a New 52 Legion book, and then which I think was written by Paul Levitz, maybe. I don't know. And then there's been a more recent Legion book written by Bendis, which has kind of spilled over into a Legion Justice League story.
Yeah, which I think there's still one more issue of that to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, seeing as how the six-part miniseries that started in January.
And it's now September.
Let me see. I'm looking up New 52 Legion of Superheroes. Nope. Found a link to. I don't know. Even the internet does want to look up New 52.
New 52, 2011 to 2015. Was relaunched in September with issue number 1. And they canceled Adventure Comics and replaced it with a new volume of Legion Lost.
Oh.
Okay, it features first introduced the future forced to remain there. The era of the Legion's publication concluded with issue number 23 in August of 2013. And the individuals referred to their homeworks. Okay, the entire Legion was in realized battle, and the side Justice League United.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then we get Legion of Superheroes in 2019, a new Legion written by Brian Michael Bendis and artist Ryan Sook.
So probably, I don't know if they're worth it. I haven't read them, but yeah, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to track down Legion and New 52 because it was only what you said, 23 issues or something.
Yeah,
and it's probably collected in some form.
I would think so. Yeah. So it's weird. They've rebooted them and rebooted them and rebooted them. Multiple times just here in the last 5-6 years, right?
Oh yeah,
7 years.
Oh yeah, the closer we get to the current day, I think the more they've rebooted them.
Well, the I don't know how many more reboots I feel like somebody ought to be at DC saying, we've rebooted this thing so many times. I don't know if it's going to come back this time.
Yes.
I don't know if I could bring this back to life after this.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, it looks like they might have collected 3 different volumes of the New 52 stuff. Legion of Superheroes, Volume 1, Hostile World, Legion of Superheroes Volume 2, The Dominators, and Legion of Superheroes Volume 3, The Fatal 5.
Okay, that's. Do you know what issues those?
Yeah, I gotta open this. Like, I'm looking at this on Amazon.
Yeah, it looks like the Bendis series ended with 12 issues in January of 2021.
Yeah, because it must just be those 3 volumes. Because it said the 3rd volume ends with issue 23. So, hold on. Volume 1 is Volume 1.
Looks like the 3-boot one ended with issue 50.
Huh. But yeah, the stupid New 52. Yeah, the first one's not telling me what issues are in it, but yeah, like I said, Volume 3 does end in 23. So yeah, so if you want to get the new like I said, I've never read the New 52 Legion,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it looks like it's collected in 3 volumes. So
and then just 23 issues, and then the Legion Lost.
Oh yeah, there was a Legion Lost on here too. Legion Lost, Volume 1 from New 52. How many issues did you say? Oh yes, this is the one he was telling me about. Yes, this is by Fabian Nicieza. Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know how long the Legion Lost series lasted.
I wonder if there's more than one volume because like I said, I know he wanted off it as soon as he even said he wanted off it as soon as possible. So, why does some of these tell you which issues are in them and some don't?
17 issues for Legion Lost.
Okay. So I wonder. There's a Volume 1. You're gonna show me the other ones. me see if the other volumes in there. Yeah, the Legion Lost. Oh, Tom DeFalco might have taken over at some point.
It looks like it's collected in just two trades.
Well,
Run
Fit
from Tomorrow and the Culling.
Fit 17, yeah, he gave Fit that too. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know if there was a fill-in anywhere in there, but yeah, it looks like Tom DeFalco took over after Fabian left. Oh yeah, because this must be the second volume that collects numbers 0 and 8 through 16. So the first one must be 1 through 7.
Gotcha. And
yeah, you know what? Because that makes sense. Because I think they said that they wanted him to stay so they can get one trade. So the first one is the first 6, probably by Fabian, and then the rest of the one is by Tom DeFalco. So they just they did it by writer.
Yeah, in fact, number 6 says the script is by Fabian, and then, or the story and the script are by Fabian, but then Tom DeFalco gets a script credit. So, and didn't the zeros come out after number 12? Is that the way it worked in the?
I think, yeah, it was like at the end of the first year. I think, yeah.
Which was a weird way to do it. That confused me when reading. Yeah, that's the way it came out. That confused me with the Green Lantern as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on Amazon. That Volume 2 Legion Lost. Yeah, the reviews. Some of them aren't that
kind.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it's New 52, so it's if you like New 52, maybe you'll like it. I don't know.
If you don't like New 52, you might still like it because it's the Legion. But that's not. If you wanted to get all of the reboot forward, we're talking, 129 issues for the reboot, the limited series Legion of Three Worlds, the 3-boot, which went up to 50, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It could be done, in under 220 issues or so. It's not a lot of issues.
I wonder if it's just like it's easy and hard at the same time to write the Legion, especially currently, because it's like you don't have to be tied down to present day continuity, but it's like, oh hey, do we want to at least make references to stuff? So fans of other books are like, oh hey, they mentioned Flash, they mentioned
or do we want to make reference to the pre-crisis continuity, or do we want to use a reboot? Which Legion do we want to do at this point? You have.
I know.
Do we want to do a new one?
That's the hard part. Yeah, it's like they're so far in the future. It's just like, oh, you can basically use any version you want.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought it was weird that they didn't stick with the 3-boot Legion even after New 52, because it's a new continuity, sure, but it's 1,000 years in the future, right? So
yeah, again, it's so weird. It's like, New 52, they wanted to
clean slate everything.
They wanted to make everything fresh and brand new. Meanwhile they didn't change Batman or Green Lantern, but yeah, but again, those two are so in the Legion so far in the future, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna do something that would directly contradict their origin, but nobody would ever do that. Superboy.
Why if they made a reboot too? Because I swear, I don't think even half those writers knew what they were supposed to be doing during New 52. So
yeah, it was a very chaotic time. Yes, definitely.
You don't say. All right. So anything else?
I think that'll do it.
All right. So yes, next time we'll be covering Legion Lost 1 through 12 from 2000 and 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Not the New 52. And then the last week of Sub-tember, for our final Legion episode, we're doing Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds 1 through 5. So
nice.
All right. So yeah, kids. So yeah, send your thoughts on all Legion thoughts. I mean, we'll read them.
Yeah.
Email us. We will explain to you what continuity that was in.
I might try.
All right, kids. So yes, so email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Unlimited Justice on Facebook, on Twitter. Find links to all of our social medias for all the DC and Marvel shows we do. Links to the YouTube channel. Again, everything we do gets a video, including all the interviews or anything else, all the specials. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of any of it.
Smash it.
Or she'll come to your house and rip up your X-Men.
Or your She-Hulks.
So yes, the YouTube channel, subscribe there, or most importantly, please subscribe to the Patreon if you can. We're paying for this out of our own pockets, labor of love, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And of course, because she loves pain, superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. Again, it's my pain, but you get, from what I hear, anyone who listens to it finds it enjoyable as long as you're not in the mix. So.
It's painful.
Yeah, because they don't have to watch the movie. They can just listen in.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Or pick yourself up. So Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/CapesandLunatics. All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of the Green Lantern Corps, master of the Legion, master of Kickstarter. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other social media that I've probably forgot that I've set up. You can find out more about Crossover Division, which is a self-published book via Kickstarter, which just funded its 4th issue and will be printing it shortly, I hope, pretty soon. And you can find out more about that at crossoverdivision.com. You can also find out more about Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com, another book that came out a while back. And I also annoy another host, my co-host Kevin Joseph, weekly on a podcast called Explain Yourself, where we interview Kickstarter comics creators about their live projects on Kickstarter, and try to bring as many eyeballs as we can to comics on Kickstarter. And obviously, you have great taste because you're listening to us. So that means you probably love Quasar too. And if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can check that out at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
I am God.
I'll put it in my navel.
Annoy another host. Please, this man is a professional podcaster, professional comic book fan, professional writer. Come on. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Only 2 more weeks of your vacation in the 30th century, or the 31st, whatever it is.
Yeah, us, a bunch of us trying to replace Lilith is going exactly how you would expect it.
I don't know. I'm having fun.
Me too.
I mean, I can't wait for her to get back, but no, I'm having fun, man. Get to step outside the box, do stuff she wouldn't do. Yeah.
We have to make her read some Legion, man.
Yeah. All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, you don't have to wait to the future to get yourself some justice.